If your hair doesn't look like this, it's not 4C. This is 4C hair. Type 4 hair are coils, not curls. 4C hair are the tightest coils on the hair chart, which is why people with 4C hair experience so much shrinkage. You can only determine your hair type when it's wet with no product. It does not matter what it looks like when it's dry. So again, if your hair does not look like this, you do not have 4C hair. And please stop labeling it as 4C because you are doing more harm than good.
Oh, I love your short hair. It's not short. It's not short, Badla. Hey.
So let's settle the controversy. This is 4C hair. I know it's quick to look dry and shrinkage is sometimes frustrating. Also, having only few defined curls does not feel good. So I understand if you're having a hard time accepting the beauty of your hair. As a low porosity girly, I think the nastiest part is how hard it was to get products that don't dry out into flakes or clog my pores and cause dandruff. Honestly, I never knew a time would come where I'd easily manage my hair and leave my house with my hair out. Oh, I use Azaya water to revive my fur.
Now this is real 4C hair. It does get matted, it does shrink. And this is how I keep my hair in a good manageable state throughout. Because when it comes to 4C hair, it's not the type of hair that you really want to flex on the fact that you keep on wearing it out because it's going to get tangled and all of that. But you know what? There's also goodness in that because no hair can actually coil to our kind of hair. And now let me take you through my most basic protective hairstyle that I always keep my hair into after every weekly wash day. And I keep saying, learn to do your own hair. These salons are not going to do you any good, okay? We all had bad experiences, especially our kind of salons. We know that they do not know how to take care of natural hair. Why do you still keep going if you want to grow healthier hair? So this is a start. It doesn't matter how messy your hairstyles can be. We all started there. But as time goes by, you're going to figure it out. Just basic hairstyles, nothing fancy, and you're going to see good improvement in your hair growth. And another thing damaging your hair and thinning it so bad, it's actually wearing your hair out every day. Nothing is going to damage your hair more than that. Our hair is not like one type, two type, where you can just easily style it and all of that. The more you wear it out, the more you're actually damaging it. And if you're a cornrow fan and you do not have hairline, you're always doing that protective hairstyle, I'm just going to hold your hand and tell you this, but actually let me not tell you anything. You'll figure it out on your own. Just figure out protective hairstyles that are very loose, especially on the hairline area. Just try hairstyles that are very gentle. If you can't do Ben Betty like this, go for a twist, go for flat twist. Just try something loose and nice. It doesn't have to be fancy, just something simple. You just wrap a wool there and there, and just like that, your hair is protected for the whole week. And do let me know, what are your biggest hair care challenges and what do you struggle with the most in hair care?
Have you heard of hair porosity? Today we'll be testing ours to see how well our hair absorbs moisture. Understanding this will let us know what products we need to use for our hair type. All you're going to need is a cup of water and strands of clean hair. Let it sit for a few minutes and see if the hair falls on the top, middle, or bottom of the cup. If it stays at the top, it is considered low porosity, meaning it does not absorb moisture easily. If it stays in the middle, it is medium porosity, meaning it absorbs moisture normally. And high, meaning it easily absorbs moisture but can lose it just as fast. Mine stayed at the top, meaning my hair has low porosity. Test out your hair porosity and let us know.
The float test is a scam. Here's how to actually find out your hair's porosity. If you're on a natural hair journey with goals of minimizing breakage, retaining length, and basically having softer, healthier, and juicier hair, you might have heard that knowing your hair's porosity is a major key for figuring out which products are actually going to work best for your specific hair. But doing the float test is not going to tell you your hair's porosity, and that's for lots of reasons. Firstly, just knowing the porosity of one strand of hair doesn't actually tell you the porosity of all of your hair, because every strand is different, but also because a lot more things affect whether or not that little strand of hair is going to float or sink. Things like the amount of product buildup that's on the actual strand, the temperature of the water, how much water is in the cup, how long you leave it for, the mineral content of the water, just so many different things affect whether it floats or sinks, so it's a very, very unreliable test. Instead, it's better to go by how your hair as a whole behaves. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you 5 questions to ask yourself to figure out what your hair's porosity is. Question number 1, is your hair chemical or heat damaged? Your hair's porosity is driven by how lifted or raised the cuticles on each strand of hair are, and heat and chemical treatments thin out and damage the hair's cuticles, which basically makes them lift and exhibit the behavior of high porosity hair. If your hair has been bleached blonde, it's relaxed, or if you have heat damage and you see little straight bits of hair on your hair, you can feel pretty confident that it's probably going to be high porosity. Question number 2, how quickly does your hair get wet? Remember, porosity is about how easily moisture gets in and out of your hair. So let me show you a picture of what that looks like. If your hair takes a really long time to get wet, you see this lady's hair and the stylist was pouring water on her hair and it's just not submerging. The hair is not swelling, it's not getting heavy, she's going over it again and again and it's still just not getting wet. That is a sign of low porosity hair because their cuticles are not letting water in easily. Whereas in the case of high porosity hair, and you can see her hair is also color treated, it gets wet super easily and it's soaking wet right away. That's what high porosity hair looks like. At this point, I'll flag that it is possible to have medium porosity hair, so if you feel like your hair isn't on either one of those extremes, it may just actually fall in the middle and be medium porosity. Anyway, so that was number 2. This is sign number 3. Does your hair dry quickly? And what I mean is, after you finish your wash day, if you got out of the shower and you didn't put any products in your hair, how long would it take for your hair to get dry? If it would take more than 8 hours, that's a sign that your hair is probably low porosity because it retains that water and takes a very long time for the water to actually evaporate out of the strands. But if your hair is high porosity, porosity, you may find that your hair gets dry in minutes or maybe an hour right after you step out the shower. In fact, you might notice that when you're kind of doing a wash and go and you're applying gels and stuff, you're constantly having to re-spray it with water to keep it wet because it dries so quickly. That is what high porosity hair behaves like, okay? Number 4, water beads. Do you ever see this? You see those droplets of water on her hair? Those are water beads. And if you notice those on your hair while it's drying in particular, that's a sign that your hair may be low porosity because that's water struggling to get absorbed into the strands. Okay, nearly done now. Sign number 5. Do you easily get product buildup? Because low porosity hair struggles to absorb moisture because of how close the cuticles are, people with low porosity hair are very prone to product buildup. That means feeling sort of like a weird sticky residue or heaviness on your hair when you put a product on it. If that happens to you a lot, then your hair may well be low porosity, and if not, that's a signal that it's on the higher porosity side. So ask yourself these 5 questions if you want more help figuring out your porosity, or if you now understand your porosity and you want to figure out which hair products can be best suited to it. Head to the top of my page and try out the AI-powered product recommendation tool that I built, and it'll give you a full personalized product regimen based not just on your porosity, but on your curl type, your scalp condition, your hair density, your strand thickness, and many, many more characteristics to help you pick the right products for your hair the first time.
If you don't know your hair porosity, this is the easiest way to figure it out. For reference, I am a licensed hairstylist. Just pay attention to how your hair reacts to water and product. If your hair takes forever to get wet and you feel like products just sit on top, that's low porosity. If your hair absorbs water pretty fast but dries out just as fast, that's high porosity. If your hair holds moisture pretty well but sometimes it gets dry, that's medium to normal porosity. You don't have to do the cup test, but if you really want to, here's a guide that you can follow. If that strand of hair sinks to the bottom of the cup, you're high porosity. And if it floats on top, that's low porosity. If it floats somewhere in the middle, you're medium porosity. And you can have different types of porosities in your hair. That is a thing. So just try out different products, see what works for you, see what doesn't work, and just go from there. Everybody's different.
My hair is at the length where people are starting to ask me what my hair growth secret is, and I'm going to tell you, but you're not going to like it. The truth is your hair is already growing, but you can't retain it. And if I gave you waist length hair today, you would have a bob by the end of the year because you cannot retain hair. You cannot retain long hair. If you want long hair, you need to learn how to retain length. And my 2 biggest tips for retaining length is to keep your hair moisturized and to be gentle. If you keep your hair dry and you're super rough with your hair, you're never going to have long hair. I don't like telling people to give up, but low-key, if you refuse to keep your hair moisturized and you refuse to be gentle with your hair, give up. The biggest factor in your hair being long is you. If you want some tips on how to be gentle with your hair and how to keep your hair moisturized so you can retain length, let me know.
So this was my hair in June last year, and this is my hair in September this year. I've been getting so many questions on how I grew my hair so fast, so I'm going to tell you guys because I don't gatekeep. First things first, leave your hair alone. Oh my god, you need to let your hair breathe. I see every day you're pulling your hair, you're doing a style, you're putting gel. Leave your hair alone. And it can be hard not to manipulate your hair if your hair is constantly in its loose state. So what I did, and what I still do, is I put my hair into mini twists. Oh my god, and let me tell you, if your hair is not so long, you're going to be looking crazy, but it helps you keep your hands out of your hair. Another thing is that I wash my hair consistently. I'm a lazy natural. Hey, please. But every week, be sure to know that I'll be washing my hair. And before I wash my hair, I create this little like mask / hydration / protein treatment. If you guys want to see that, just let me know and then I'll show you how I create it and how I apply it onto my hair before I wash it. I feel like this really helps maintain the health and the thickness of my hair because I do apply heat to my hair. So it's always important to keep your hair extra healthy if you are a heat girly. One thing about me, I am going to blow dry my hair after I wash it. Point blank period. So yeah, key takeaways: protective styling is important. I never used to have money to get my hair done all the time. I'm telling you now, I used to be a brokey, okay? But when I didn't have money, I would put mini twists in my hair, right? Even now that I do have money, amen, I still put mini twists in my hair because I think this is the most effective way to grow your hair out. Because you can see if you guys want me to show you how I do my mini twists, let me know because I will do that for you, okay? So protective styling can be braids, faux locks, wigs, cornrows, mini twists. Do that, and then consistently washing your hair and also adding additional supplements to your hair like the masks, the hot oil treatments. These do help and they keep your hair extremely healthy. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys. I hope it helps.
This is how to effectively grow your hair and retain length in 2025 wash day edition. So whenever you want to wash your hair, the first thing to do is to detangle your hair. Don't go and carry your stubborn head and enter into the bathroom to go and wash your hair without detangling. If not, the kind of tangling and breakage you experience here, nobody will tell you. So to detangle your hair, you're going to need a pre-poo or a conditioner. In my own case, I'm using a DIY pre-poo. Let me know if you want a video on that. You are going to start by sectioning your hair with your fingers. You can section into 4, 6 or 8 sections depending on the length and thickness of your hair. After sectioning your hair, lightly spray each section with water and then you go in with the pre-poo. Apply the pre-poo all over the hair strands and make sure that all your hair strands is coated with this, and then you massage it in thoroughly. After massaging it in, gently use your fingers to finger detangle your hair to remove every knot in your hair. Okay, you just need to be gentle and patient with this process so you don't rip out your hair and cause any form of breakage, because when your hair breaks, you'll not be able to retain much length. You're just going to do this gently for a few minutes before you go in with your wide tooth comb. Okay, use your wide tooth comb to comb from the tips of the hair to the roots. What did I say? From the tips to the root, gently. Don't rush the process, just be gentle. Okay? So after combing your hair, for this process, I actually decided to use a detangling brush. This is my first time of using this brush. I don't always use it, but I saw it and then I decided to try it out because I've been seeing it all over TikTok. After detangling its sections, put it back in the twist to prevent it from tangling again, and that's all you need to do to detangle your hair. After this process, the next thing you're going to do is to proceed to wash your hair. If you're low porosity, use warm water. If you're high porosity, use cold water to wash your hair. So first of all, saturate your whole hair strands with water, and then you go in with your shampoo. Start with your scalp. Make sure your scalp is thoroughly clean. Then you proceed to wash the rest of your hair strand. Do this 2 times to be sure that your hair and scalp is thoroughly cleaned. After this process, just rinse off your shampoo and then go in with your deep conditioner. Apply the deep conditioner in section. Make sure your whole hair strand is coated with your deep conditioner. This step is inevitable. You cannot skip it. Make sure to deep condition your hair. So you get to replenish moisture after the shampooing process. So after applying the deep conditioner, you leave for 30 minutes. In my own case, I don't use a heat cap. I just use like a shower cap or a nylon to do the deep conditioning process. If you are low porosity, you can use a heat cap to deep condition your hair. After deep conditioning for 30 minutes, the next thing to do is to rinse off the deep conditioner. After rinsing off the deep conditioner, please don't use your regular towel to dry your hair. Use a cotton cloth, a cotton t-shirt to squeeze out the water from your hair. The only towel you're going to use is a microfiber towel. But if you don't have a microfiber towel, use your cotton t-shirt and squeeze out the water. Don't rub. Squeeze out the water from your hair strand. This is going to minimize further tangling and breakage of the hair. Afterwards, you can go ahead to moisturize your hair, and that is pretty much it. So I'm going to be dropping the moisture routine video next.
This is the perfect 4C hair wash day for retaining length. Duration of this wash day is about 1 hour, but this all depends on your technique and how long it takes you to get through each step. The first step is completely saturating my hair with water and making sure it is completely drenched. Now this next step is optional, but I definitely do recommend doing your hair in sections. It makes your hair so much easier to manage, and as a result you get less breakage, which means you're retaining length. So first I go in with a clarifying shampoo. This is a shampoo bar that my mom gets from Canada, but any clarifying shampoo can work. I'm making sure to focus this on my ends first and just like raking through and finger detangling and just trying to get out some of those knots, and then I'm making my way to the roots, and then I'm going back again and detangling with my fingers. This is going to make the detangling process that we're going to do a little bit later in the video so much easier. I do all of these steps to each section, and then in the end I rinse it all out. Now after the first wash with the clarifying shampoo, your hair is going to feel really squeaky clean, and that's exactly what you're going to need. You're going to need a squeaky clean smooth base so that your hair can absorb the water better, give your hair more moisture, and also help retain length. Yes, you're getting it. So now we're going back in sections again, and now we are going in with a hydrating shampoo. If you are a natural hair girly and you have 4C hair, you need to be using a hydrating shampoo because our hair just lacks hydration and just always needs as much moisture and hydration as possible. And you'll know you got a good wash if the hydrating shampoo is really sudsy like this. And now my hair after this second wash literally feels so good, and it's absorbing water literally so easy. Like my hair is so much heavier now with all the water in it because it's actually absorbing it. This deep conditioner is that girl. Just make sure your hair is drenched with water before you go in with your deep conditioner. But yeah, like I was saying, this deep conditioner smells so good, and my technique when I'm deep conditioning is what changed the game for me. So you want to put some deep conditioner all over in one section and then split the section in half. Now this is where the magic happens. I'm using water to rake through my hair, and the deep conditioner is kind of starting to foam up like this, and this is how you get your maximum usage out of your deep conditioner, because they be expensive, I know. So mix it up with some water, rake it through, and you will get the best result. The tangling becomes so easy. Like I never knew my 4C hair could like be combed through like that. I don't know, it's so weird, but it really helps. I put my hair in sections like this, and then I just shower like regular, just letting all the steam help my hair absorb this beautiful deep conditioner. And then when I rinse, I just rinse and not let it all like run down my body, if you get what I'm saying. I kind of like bend over and rinse my head like that, like if you're washing your hair in the sink. So this is my hair after all the steps. She's clean, she's squeaky, and she's ready to absorb all the leave-in conditioner that I'm about to put in it. I just put in the leave-in and I do my braid down and I slap a wig on. I try to do this once a week. Hope this helped you.
Did you know that if you shampoo your hair, deep condition for 30 minutes and detangle gently from tips to root, rinse it out, apply leave-in conditioner and style in twists or braids every week or every 2 weeks, trim every 4 months, oil your scalp every 3 days, and use protein treatments every 4 to 6 weeks, you have a great wash day routine that will grow your hair super long and healthy.
Hello, so in this video I'm going to be showing you the product that I use, since I've been asked this question for a while now. So I'm going to start with like the products that I use on wash day. Use this shampoo, like Cosmo Hair Naturals Olive Oil Shampoo. I love it because it's sulfate free, and yeah, and also I use this. So majorly I use this flaxseed for detangling my hair. Before I go in with this shampoo, I detangle my hair with flaxseed. So how I use this is I boil it. I boil like 1 tablespoon and 1 cup of water, and then I boil it together. Then I get something like that is very slimy, and it really helps in detangling my hair. I love it. It does magic. It does wonders. So mostly on my wash day, I use this first, flax seeds, and then I go in with this Cosmo sulfate free shampoo. After that, I go in with my conditioners. So I have 3 types of conditioners. I have this normal conditioner. This is Mikala conditioner, and I majorly use this as a detangler. When I'm undoing like this mini braids, I use it as a detangler. Nothing much. Then we have this Mikala hair protein treatment. This one I majorly use it. I use it once every 2 months because my hair has a lot of strength already, so it always needs a lot of moisture. So I use this once every 8 weeks, once every 2 months. Yeah, this is what I use on every wash day. So after I shampoo my hair and then I rinse, now I go in with this Anti-Jackie's Rescued Deep Conditioner. This one is a moisturizing deep conditioner. It restores moisture in my hair. This is what I use frequently. So this one, I usually wash my hair every 2 weeks. So I use this every 2 weeks, and then this I use it every 8 weeks. Now let's move on to the moisturizing products. I normally use this. This one is the TCB Living Conditioner. I love this. I highly recommend it if you have low porosity hair. It adds so much moisture to my hair, and I highly recommend it. This is like my 4th bottle ever since I started my natural hair journey in March. And then we have this Sanura butter. I normally use the LOC method, LCO method. So this is leave-in cream. This one I use it after I apply this leave-in conditioner, I go in with this butter. It just helps to seal in the moisture. This one you cannot use it alone. You have to use it with a leave-in. If you use this alone, you're just adding more dryness to your hair. It cannot work alone. It only has to work with water and this. And then now I have 3 types of oil. I have this almond oil, Ayurvedic oil from Curled Naturals, and I also have this another Ayurvedic oil from Mara Organics. This one I normally use it on the rest of my hair strands because I love it because it's a lightweight oil. You know, like low porosity hair, it works well with lightweight oils. When you put in a heavy oil, it will weigh down your hair. So I normally love this argan oil because it is lightweight, and when I apply to my strands, I feel it's very lightweight. These two work the same, but this one is more heavier than this. So this one I love it, but I love this more because this one I can also apply to the rest of my hair strands, like to the rest of my hair, because it is lightweight. This one is more on the heavier side, and I mostly use it on my scalp only. This one I can use it on my scalp and the rest of my hair strands, but this one I have to use it only on my scalp. Other products that I use are this hair gel, and this is a hair wax. This one I normally use it to lay my edges. It's normally black. I also use this Cantu curling cream when I'm doing my braids or twists. It really helps in that. That's all I use on my hair routine, and my hair routine is actually very simple because I wash my hair every 2 weeks. I decondition my hair every wash day, and I moisturize my hair 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, bye.
Wait, why did nobody tell us rice water was made compared to this? If your edges are thinning out, your hairline is running from responsibility, or your back length is still a struggle in 2025, this Ayurvedic hair growth spray is about to humble you. And no, babe, this isn't one of those just drink water and pray tips. This is real proven hair growth sauce you can literally make in your kitchen. It has rosemary, clinically proven to grow your hair fast as minoxidil, fenugreek, the anti-shedding OG your scalp didn't know it needed, cloves, anti-dandruff and scalp stimulating queen, and hibiscus leaves for stronger, shinier, thicker strands. I started using this 3 times a week on my scalp, massaged it in like my rent was due, and listen, my hairline came back like my egg, edges flourishing, ends still intact, and guess what? It doesn't break you out either. And if you're serious about healthy, juicy, waist-length hair this year, save this video right now. Tag your hair bestie, because one thing about us, we're not gatekeeping in 2025. And oh, if this does numbers, I might just drop my Ayurvedic hair butter recipe. You'll learn already. And I remain savage by name, savage by nature. Bye.
Hi, my name is Nemso, and I have tried a lot of hair products, but these are my favorite for 4C hair. So first things first, you need a spray bottle. Water is the most important ingredient you can ever use on your natural hair. It's going to make everything else much easier. So make sure you have a really good spray bottle. I prefer the continuous misters, but they're all pretty much the same. For my pre-poo, I use the African Pride pre-shampoo. This is one of the best products out there to detangle very thick, kinky, coily hair. For shampoo, I recommend the Design Essentials Honey Cream Shampoo. I love it because it lathers up really, really well. It's very hydrating, and it doesn't leave my hair stiff and tangled like a lot of other shampoos do. When it comes to conditioners, I always jump straight to a deep conditioner, and I love Camille Rose. I feel like this brand makes the best moisturizers for type 4 hair. This is more of a protein deep conditioner, and this is more of a moisture deep conditioner, so I like to use the both of them, take turns. They're very moisturizing. They always leave my hair super soft and they smell amazing. These would be my favorite. For moisturizers, I reach for Camille Rose again. I feel like she has the most moisturizing products. This is the Curl Love Moisture Milk and this is the Almond Joy Twisting Butter. Sometimes I use them together, sometimes I use them separately, but they always leave my hair super soft and they smell amazing. For heat protectant, there's only one I really reach for. This is the Amika The Shield. The reason I like it is because it's an anti-humidity spray as well as a heat protectant, and where I live, it's super humid. So whenever I blow out my hair, I could walk outside and the humidity would cause my hair to revert immediately. And this is the only product I have noticed makes an actual difference with preventing my hair from shrinking up. I've been natural for several years now, and one thing I've learned is that not every product works for every person. So let me know if you've tried these products out and what products you would recommend for thick, 4C hair.
Your hair is not short because it won't grow. You're letting the growth break off. I'm going to show you how to keep every inch you've worked for. You moisturize, but hours later, your hair feels dry again. That's breakage in slow motion. The moisture is escaping because you're skipping the most important step. Hydrate first with water, then go in with a leave-in conditioner. Make sure to apply a hair butter and then seal everything in with oil. That seal is what keeps your hair soft for days, not hours. This is how I keep my ends smooth and my length thriving without constant trims. If you're tired of breakage still your inches, grab my hair growth oil and butter. Your inches deserve to stay, okay? To purchase yours, click the link in my bio now. I remain savage by name, savage by nature. Bye.
If you want to grow long hair, this is one treatment you should never skip in your routine. This treatment has saved my hair many times. I'm talking about the Mina Scare Revive Repair Protein Deep treatment, and this is exactly how I use it. First, I make sure my hair is fully detangled. I use the Mina Scare detangling pre-poo for that. I will never make the mistake of washing my hair without detangling again. After detangling, I wash my hair with the herbal shampoo to make sure the hair is properly clean. You don't want to apply the treatment on top of product buildup. It simply won't work properly. Once my hair is clean, I apply the treatment all over my hair from root to tip. Protein treatments help reinforce weak areas along the hair strands, which reduces breakage and helps your hair retain length over time. Then I steam my hair because this treatment works best with heat. After steaming, I simply rinse it off. The good thing about this treatment is that it doesn't leave the hair stiff, so you don't even need to follow up with a moisturizing deep conditioner. I just apply my ultra soft leave-in conditioner, seal the moisture, and that's it. This is how I keep my hair long and healthy. Tap the link in our bio to get yours.